The Dallas Cowboys made a major splash in the NFL world with a surprising move that has set the tone for their 2025 season and beyond. The team has acquired quarterback Joe Milton from the New England Patriots in exchange for a 5th-round draft pick. Now, you might be asking yourself, who is Joe Milton, and what does this mean for the Cowboys? Well, if you're a Cowboys fan or even a general NFL enthusiast, you're about to get the rundown on why this trade is significant and what the future might look like for the team after this bold move. Joe Milton, standing at 6'5" and weighing in at 250 pounds, is an absolute physical specimen when it comes to quarterbacks. His combination of size and arm strength is truly exceptional, with the ability to make throws that many quarterbacks simply can't even dream of. Milton's arm is something special. He can sling the ball over 70 yards with little to no effort, and it's one of the reasons he's drawn comparisons to quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. While his accuracy isn't always on par with those elite-level talents, his raw potential is undeniable, and it's no wonder why the Cowboys, among other teams, have taken notice of him. But while his arm is undoubtedly his standout feature, Joe Milton is also a very mobile quarterback. This isn't just a guy who can stand in the pocket and fire deep balls down the field. He's a dual threat who has the ability to extend plays with his legs, and his mobility allows him to make plays that other quarterbacks just can't. That's what makes him such an intriguing prospect, his ability to make plays outside the pocket, all while being a threat to throw the ball deep downfield. Now, you may be wondering why the New England Patriots, a team known for making calculated decisions and bringing in players with high potential, would trade away a guy like Joe Milton. After all, this is a quarterback who has shown flashes of brilliance. Well, the situation in New England has been a bit complicated, to say the least. Since Tom Brady left the Patriots, New England has struggled to find a true successor at the quarterback position. Mac Jones has had his moments, but there's been a lot of inconsistency with the Patriots' offensive play. This has left the team in a bit of a holding pattern, unsure of where to go next. Milton, for all of his raw talent, simply wasn't able to break through in the crowded quarterback room in New England. With Mac Jones firmly entrenched as the starting quarterback and the Patriots seemingly in the middle of a rebuild, it made sense for New England to move on from Milton and cash in on a 5th-round pick to help with their future. The Patriots have always been a team focused on building for the long term, and getting draft capital for Milton, even though his ceiling is high, made sense from their perspective. On the flip side, for the Cowboys, this trade represents a calculated move to improve their roster depth and future stability at the quarterback position. The Cowboys already have Dak Prescott, a proven starter, and one of the league's top quarterbacks, but bringing in a guy like Milton is all about giving them more options moving forward. Prescott has been the leader of the Cowboys for several years, and there's no question that he's the guy in Dallas. However, NFL teams know that having a capable backup quarterback is critical to success, and while Prescott has been durable for the most part, injuries and the unexpected can always change things quickly. Adding Joe Milton into the fold provides the Cowboys with a quarterback who not only has the potential to be a top-tier starter but who also could develop behind Prescott and learn from him. There's no doubt that Dak Prescott's time in the NFL isn't going to last forever, and as he continues to get older, the Cowboys need to start thinking about the future. What better way to do that than by bringing in a talented quarterback with all the physical tools needed to take over when the time comes? Joe Milton might not be ready to start right away, but given time to develop, he could potentially be the Cowboys' quarterback of the future, and that makes this trade a low-risk, high-reward situation for the team. Now, let's talk a little bit about what Joe Milton brings to the table and how he could fit into the Cowboys system. First and foremost, he's a quarterback with a rocket arm, and that's going to be an asset in an offense that's known for taking shots down the field. The Cowboys already have one of the most explosive offenses in the league, with weapons like CeeDee Lamb, Tony Pollard, and Michael Gallup. But adding a quarterback like Milton, who has the ability to push the ball deep and make throws that few others can, only makes the offense more dangerous. If he can develop his accuracy and make the necessary adjustments to his game, Joe Milton could be a major piece for the Cowboys in the coming years. The Cowboys also have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL, and that's another reason why Milton is such an intriguing prospect. With a solid line that can give him time in the pocket, Milton has the potential to thrive in the Cowboys system, particularly with his ability to make plays outside of the pocket when things break down. Of course, it's important to note that this move doesn't mean Dak Prescott is going anywhere anytime soon. He's still the face of the franchise, and the Cowboys are going to ride with him as their starter for the foreseeable future. This move isn't a sign that the Cowboys are looking to replace Prescott. It's more of an insurance policy and an opportunity to bring in a player with high potential who could contribute in the future. Joe Milton is going to learn behind one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and if he can absorb that knowledge and develop into a more polished player, he could be a key part of the Cowboys' future plans. It's also worth noting that the Cowboys have been aggressive in recent years when it comes to making moves to put them in position to win now. They've made key acquisitions on both sides of the ball, from defensive standouts to offensive playmakers, all in the hopes of making a deep playoff run and, ultimately, winning a Super Bowl. Bringing in a quarterback with the upside of Joe Milton only adds to their strategy of making bold moves to improve the team's depth and long-term success. Looking ahead to the 2025 season, the Cowboys' quarterback room now has a solid backup who could step in and potentially take the reins if needed. With Dak Prescott leading the way and Joe Milton waiting in the wings, the Cowboys are in a great position to remain competitive for years to come. This move also gives the Cowboys some flexibility moving forward, as they now have a backup quarterback with high potential and a favorable contract situation. The Cowboys have a solid roster, a great coaching staff, and a quarterback room that just got stronger, and all of these factors put them in a prime position to compete for a Super Bowl in 2025 and beyond. There's no question that this move will have long-term implications for the franchise, and while it may not be the flashiest trade, it's one that could ultimately pay huge dividends down the line. As for Joe Milton, he's now on a team with a great offensive line, some incredible playmakers, and a chance to develop his game behind a seasoned veteran like Dak Prescott. If he can take advantage of this opportunity, the Cowboys may have just found their quarterback of the future. In the end, this trade represents a mix of short-term and long-term thinking for the Cowboys. They've already been one of the most competitive teams in the NFC, but this move only bolsters their future outlook, giving them a talented quarterback to groom behind Prescott while also ensuring that the team is prepared for whatever comes next. The Cowboys are all about winning championships, and this trade is just another step in their pursuit of an elusive Super Bowl title. The future is bright in Dallas, and Joe Milton may just be a key player in helping them get there.